Hey guys, it's Josh, and in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the wholesale real estate recession of 2020. Here we go. What we're seeing right now is crazy. It's not like anything I've seen in my real estate career, but at this fundamental level, there's always supply and demand, and what we're seeing right now is that the demand for people who want to buy wholesale deals, right, primarily fix and flippers, is quickly evaporating. Their lenders are wanting more money down, sometimes higher interest rates or more fees, and so a lot of these buyers have gotten out, or maybe they've only been doing one or two or three flips, and because the market's been really hot, it's enticed them to get into the game, and right now they're going, oh, maybe I better hold off before I get into this game a little bit. So demand has, quickly slowed down, and supply, there's still sellers out there. So what's happening is we're seeing the gap between supply and demand get closer, and it's not until supply overcomes the gap, supply is greater than demand, that we'll see prices go down. Now in retail real estate in Phoenix, we're not seeing that yet. There's still more demand than there is inventory to sell them, although the gap is closing. In wholesale, we have seen that. It's like a lot of buyers stop buying right now, whether it's too expensive to get the loan or simply that they're too skittish to buy the deal. And so what we have right now is more wholesale deals out there on the streets being pitched than we have deals, than we have buyers to buy. And so it is having a downward effect on pricing already in the wholesale real estate world. If you're getting something out of this, please hit that little like button down there. Then on the other side, click subscribe, and next to it, tap that little bell, and you're gonna get notifications every time we drop a new episode. All right, guys, so here's what's going on right now that we're seeing in the wholesale real estate marketplace. My business is in Phoenix, Arizona. It's sunny out here, and there's lots of houses, and we are seeing tons of wholesale houses come across our desk every single day. And then we're seeing them again, and then we're seeing them again. So what that tells us is that other wholesalers are having a hard time selling these properties right now. Properties that were flying a month and a half ago are now taking a lot more work to get sold, and they're taking bigger discounts to get sold. What happened was overnight, the hard money sort of froze up, and hard money lenders, which are the lenders that fund all of the buyers typically in these transactions, are now requiring more money down, in some cases more expensive loans, so more points or more fees, stuff like that. And some hard money lenders have actually just frozen lending for the time being. Now we're seeing these similar things happen in retail, right? JP Chase just came out and said they're only going to do loans to people that have a 700 credit score minimum and put 20% down. That's not something we've seen, the last few years at all. But what does everything that's happening, what effect exactly is it having on wholesale real estate? And what do you need to do to continue to do deals, be able to do deals, and make money in wholesale real estate, right? That's the whole goal. So in my business, guys, we've sold a bunch of houses in the last 30 days. But one thing about it is that we have lost a lot of phantom income, money that we would have made 5 weeks ago that now we're not making. So for example, we had a wholesale deal a few weeks ago we made $7,000 on. We would have made $25,000 on that deal a month and a half ago. We had another deal we made $10,000 on, would have been a $25,000, $30,000 deal just a couple months ago. We have a property right now that it looks like we're gonna probably sell for 15 or 20. That would have been a $30,000 deal 5 weeks ago. So there's more I could go over, but that's what's happening right now, right? So we're having to sell them at bigger discounts because there is simply less demand right now for wholesale properties. Now in retail, we're not seeing pricing go down yet. So what causes pricing to go down is when you have more supply than you have demand, right? It's like back to freshman economics 101. So when you have more supply than demand, that pushes prices down. And right now in the retail world here in Arizona, we are still extremely low on supply. And so although demand has been suppressed because of COVID-19, and supply even, we're not seeing as many houses come on the market right now as well. But we were such a low levels of supply that even with suppressed demand, we still have more demand right now than we have supply. And there's a pretty big gap, but it's been falling really quick. Like demand has been falling super fast. So one of the things that we're monitoring literally daily is the inventory, and we're seeing how quickly is inventory going up, and as inventory rises, right, which increases supply, and there's less buyers right now buying, that gap is closing. And so we've already had that happen in the wholesale world where there's just simply less people buying right now, and it's already taken its effect on prices, like I was just telling you guys about. In the retail world, there's still people out there that are looking to buy right now. They're moving to Arizona, or they recently sold a house. So right now, demand is still outpacing supply, which means prices have not yet dropped. However, as more and more houses come on the market, we might see supply creep up, and if demand keeps going down, where they do actually meet, because the gap is closing quickly, and that could have an effect on prices. So we're hoping things stabilize and go back to normal sooner than later, so that doesn't happen, because obviously there's more buyers when the market's hot. Now, I've talked in my past videos before that if this does happen, this is a lot of pressure on sellers, and we can get properties at even bigger discounts. We can expand our rental portfolio. There's still wholesale buyers, etc. But the days of just, getting a deal that's not that great of a deal and just sending it out there and having somebody buy it that's their first, second, or third flip, those days are quickly evaporating, right? Because those people that it's their first, second, or third flip, who are oftentimes going to pay the most money, they're not buying right now. They're like, the real estate thing on hold. So another thing to think about, guys, that we're going to see is, regardless of if the whole COVID thing stabilized tomorrow and we went back to a somewhat, kind of where we were at before, there's still a financial impact that buyers have seen, right? So many people, they might own another business and they're starting to do some flips on the side right now, but their business was impacted by all of this and is being impacted by all of this. And so that might have an effect on them getting back into the marketplace and buying their next fix and flip or their next deal. So the bottom line, guys, is there's deals out there. There is, it's very critical right now. Plane's taking off. It's very critical right now that you educate your sellers, right? And it's always critical to educate your sellers. I mean, they need to understand the differences of selling wholesale and retail, and the convenience factor, and the fact that they're not going to be paying fees, and the fact that we can do all these beneficial things for them. But now you also need to educate them more than ever on all those things, and also on the fact that, look, inventory is going up right now. Your house is going to be worth less in a week and in a month than it is today. So putting pressure on them to, do the deal, right? That's the whole goal. And so with that, follow-up is also going to be critical, because some sellers are simply not going to do it today. And so you're going to have to continue to follow up with them, next week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks, and just keep touching base with them and taking their temperature, because they might sound not motivated today, and in a week or 2 weeks, their finances could continue to be affected by COVID. They could start to see other headlines. They could get new information where they're like, oh man, maybe that wholesaler I was talking to, and in their mind, you're just a buyer, not a wholesaler, hopefully. In their mind, they're going, oh, maybe he was right about some of the stuff he told me. So don't get all crapped out if you talk to a seller and they don't sound, if they're like, whatever, I'm not worried about it, no, I'm not going to sell my house that cheap, yada, yada, yada. Simply follow up with them. Continue to stay on top of them, because their situations could rapidly change. The world's situation is rapidly changing right now. So hopefully, COVID will start to stabilize. I think we're already seeing that. Inventory is not rising as fast as it was, 2 weeks ago, let alone a month ago. But it's still going up and demand's still going down right now. So that gap is closing. So guys, it's critical that you're still marketing, you're prospecting, you are educating your sellers, you're making offers, you're going to need to adjust your offers and get them lower so that you can move that deal, and that you're following up with your sellers. Guys, this situation is temporary, right? Because every situation is temporary, right? Like, I don't care, the market, 2 months ago, that was temporary as well, right? One thing that always changes in real estate is the market conditions, right? They never stay the same for very long. It's always getting hotter or getting colder. So there's either less inventory coming on the market, or there's more inventory coming on the market. There's either less sellers coming on, or buyers coming into the market, or more buyers coming into the market. So right now we're saying buyers get out, right? At the wholesale level, fix and flippers are getting out. There's still sellers that want to sell, but everything's just kind of slowed down due to COVID. So we're waiting for things to get back to normal. The quicker they can get back to normal, the less financial impact that COVID's going to have on everybody, and the more motivated people are going to be to get into a flip, make a buck, and that's going to increase our demand as wholesalers right now. So guys, just keep doing it. Stay at the game. I promise you, even if prices crash, there's going to be wholesale deals to be had. And if things go back to normal tomorrow, even though they would be still affected by everything that's happening, there's going to be wholesale deals. So no matter what, there's going to be wholesale deals. Right now, we're still kind of in that in-between funk where we really don't know. So if you guys are just monitoring your local market, monthly or every couple weeks, it's not going to be enough to be effective. You've got to be looking at your inventory levels daily, seeing what other wholesalers are putting out daily, seeing, are they selling them quickly or they keep putting them out as well. Because things are changing so fast right now, so you really got to be on top of it. So if you only do a wholesale deal here and there, it's going to be tougher to really have a pulse on what's going on, right? If you're sending out multiple deals per week and doing a lot of deals, you're going to have a better idea. And so thankfully our business, we're blessed and we do a lot of deals, and so we've been able to see the effects on this, which helps us because we know how we need to adjust our strategy to continue to do deals. It still sucks, right? Because right now we're not able to pay as much for properties as we were able to do before and be as competitive because we need to be able to sell the properties that we get under contract, right? So, but at least we know that on the front end, and we're not just spinning our wheels a whole bunch. So some of our properties are taking a little bit longer to get sold. Maybe we're emailing them out a couple times to our buyers, etc., having to follow up with our buyers more and then selling them for a little bit less, but we're still moving properties, and that's the key. And whether prices plummet or the market goes back to where it was, where there's tons of demand, either way, we're going to continue to do deals and continue to thrive in this business. So it's a lot of fun. So all right, guys, leave a comment below, let me know where you're watching from, and I am excited to connect with you.